Welcome to Money Moves in Silence, where we uncover wealth's quietest empires. This is how it quietly came to control the world. Now imagine a company so powerful, it touches your bank, your favorite brands, your mortgage, even your retirement, and you've probably never heard of it. That company is BlackRock. Here's the twist. This is how BlackRock quietly took the reins and started running the world behind the scenes. BlackRock. Think about the last thing you bought. Your phone, your coffee, your streaming service. Odds are, BlackRock had a hand in it. This company doesn't advertise or seek the spotlight. Most people have never heard of it, and that's by design. BlackRock operates in the shadows of global finance, managing trillions of dollars. Calling it a company is like calling a great white shark a fish. Technically true, but it misses the scale. Imagine a landlord who owns your building, the bank behind your mortgage, the factory that made your furniture, and the grocery store you shop at. That's BlackRock. They're the ultimate institutional investor, quietly influencing nearly every major corporation on Earth. Their power is so pervasive, it sounds like a conspiracy, except it's just business. They're the man behind the curtain, except the curtain is made of financial derivatives and the man is an algorithm. BlackRock's influence would make old monopolists blush, yet they keep a low profile. They're the financial air you breathe, everywhere, essential, invisible, until someone points it out. This isn't about a secret cabal. It's about a system that's concentrated unprecedented power in one firm. BlackRock advises governments, manages retirement funds, and holds stakes in the companies shaping our world. When you have that much influence, a whisper from BlackRock can be louder than a revolution. So what does BlackRock actually do? In short, they're an asset manager. They manage other people's money, and not just a little, about $10 trillion. That's more than the economies of Germany, the UK, and Japan combined. Whose money? Yours, mine, pension funds, insurance companies, even entire countries' savings. Through products like iShares, ETFs, BlackRock lets regular people own a slice of the market without thinking too hard about it. Here's the key. BlackRock doesn't technically own all that stock. They manage it for clients, but they get to vote the shares. When companies make big decisions, it's BlackRock casting votes for millions of investors. They're the world's largest proxy voter, wielding immense influence over corporate America and beyond. They're not a bank or a hedge fund. They're a fiduciary tasked with growing other people's capital safely. This boring mission is what's made them so powerful. They're seen as the responsible adult in the room, not a reckless gambler. That reputation has let them quietly accumulate historic financial power. They're not blamed for crises, they're called in to fix them. All this, and most people never notice. Until now. BlackRock is the superdelegate of the global economy, and their influence is only growing. BlackRock's empire began with Larry Fink, who, after a career-defining loss, became obsessed with understanding risk. This obsession led to Aladdin, BlackRock's technological heart. Aladdin is a massive software platform, the central nervous system for BlackRock and much of global finance. It's a risk management supercomputer, running constant stress tests and simulations on trillions in assets. Aladdin gave BlackRock a crystal ball, letting them see financial storms before they hit. The genius move? BlackRock licenses Aladdin to other financial giants, even competitors. Now, rivals depend on BlackRock's tech, feeding their data into BlackRock's system. This gives BlackRock a real-time, panoramic view of the financial world, making them the most informed player in any room. When crisis hits, governments call BlackRock. In 2008, as the financial system teetered, the U.S. Treasury and Federal Reserve turned to BlackRock, not the big banks, to manage toxic assets. BlackRock was the sober, highly paid cleanup crew, armed with Aladdin and a reputation for risk management. This wasn't a one-off. In 2020, during the pandemic market crash, the Federal Reserve again tapped BlackRock to run massive bond-buying programs. BlackRock was essentially deputized to stabilize markets where it was already the biggest player. The revolving door between BlackRock and government spins fast. Executives move between the firm and top policy roles. This creates a cozy relationship. When new regulations are written, BlackRock is at the table. Their expertise shapes the rules, often to their own advantage. BlackRock isn't just a player, it's helping referee the game, and that's power few can match. BlackRock and CEO Larry Fink have rebranded as the conscience of capitalism. Fink's annual letters urge companies to focus on purpose, not just profits, and to consider their impact on society and the environment. BlackRock champions ESG, environmental, social, and governance, investing, pushing corporations to be better global citizens. When the manager of trillions speaks, companies listen. ESG is now on every boardroom agenda. But look closer. BlackRock's voting record on climate and social issues is often less impressive than its rhetoric. Critics say their ESG push is more branding than real change, a way to attract green investment while still backing fossil fuels and defense contractors. Their legal duty is to maximize returns for clients, even if that means investing in coal or oil. This creates a tension between their public image and private reality. Breaking news. A shooting occurred today at BlackRock's New York office. The investigation is ongoing. BlackRock tries to be the solution to problems it's deeply involved in. It's a delicate, sometimes hypocritical, balancing act, and it keeps the money flowing in. BlackRock is hailed as a climate champion, co-founding the Net Zero Asset Managers Initiative and pledging to fight climate change. They produce endless reports on climate risk, framing it as a financial issue. But they're also one of the world's largest investors in fossil fuels, holding massive stakes in ExxonMobil, Chevron, and more. Publicly, they urge companies to go green. Privately, they profit from pollution. Their defense? Engage with polluters to push change from within, not divest. This play-both-sides strategy is great for business. They offer green funds to eco-conscious investors and reassure oil-dependent clients they're not abandoning fossil fuels. Ultimately, BlackRock's ESG movement may be more about perception and profit than saving the planet. It rebrands capitalism as the solution to its own problems, while keeping the system intact. A greener coat of paint, but the same machine underneath. BlackRock's power is everywhere, woven into the fabric of the economy. They're top shareholders in Apple, Microsoft, Disney, Facebook, Amazon, big tech, big pharma, big everything. Sometimes they're the biggest investor in competing companies, Coke and Pepsi, Ford, and GM. This common ownership raises questions. If your biggest shareholder is also your rivals, are you really competing? After the 2008 housing crisis, BlackRock and others bought up thousands of homes, turning them into rentals. Now, in many cities, families compete with corporate cash offers for homes. Your landlord might be a BlackRock subsidiary, with rent set by an algorithm. From food to housing, BlackRock's capital shapes the market. Their focus on shareholder value and predictable growth steers corporate behavior everywhere. It's quiet power, a gravitational pull that bends the corporate world without a word. BlackRock's power is ambient, quiet, persistent, inescapable. You feel it in job insecurity, as companies prioritize shareholders over employees. It's in the rise of chatbots and cost-cutting, the consolidation of airlines, banks, and media. Fewer choices, higher prices, but steady returns for the giants who own everything. This power is unaccountable. There's no one to vote out if BlackRock's strategy raises your rent. Larry Fink isn't elected. He answers to clients, not the public. BlackRock operates beyond any single government's control, a new kind of global sovereign. Their decisions, driven by algorithms and fiduciary duty, shape our lives more than most politicians. We don't see them, but we live in the world they're building. One company, through strategy and technology, has become the central node of global capitalism. BlackRock isn't evil or a conspiracy, it's the system. They're the logical result of a world where managing capital matters more than making things. Power has shifted from nations to the stewards of trillions. They don't need to own factories or run countries. Just own the shares and be on speed dial when leaders panic. The real question isn't how to stop BlackRock. You can't. They're a symptom, not the disease. What does it mean to live in a world organized by their logic? When every corporation answers to the same handful of funds, what happens to innovation, risk, or democracy? BlackRock's story is the story of our time. Quiet, immense, and ever-growing power, just out of sight. And the most remarkable part, they did it all without most of us ever noticing. Until now. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content.